information cautiously at regular intervals. Now that we have made a lot of progress in investigations and affected arrests, we are able to interact with the public through you, the media. In doing so, let me start by providing the background to this matter. This current insecurity being experienced in the country emanated from criminal attacks in Chingola district of the Kakoma province, in which 3 families were victims. As was indicated in the ministerial statement presented by the Home Affairs Minister in Parliament, police on 29 August 2019 received the family of 6 in Chingola area of Chingola district were attacked by unknown criminals armed with machetes, in which 4 children aged between 4 and 12 years sustained serious injuries, while their mother was allegedly raped and murdered. The attackers used windows to gain entry and to exit, and were targeting mainly the unfinished houses. The second attack occurred between the 15th December 2019 at 21 hours and 16th December 2019 at 06 hours in Chikola Loop in Chingola, in which one male, Chanda Chama, aged 9 years, was attacked by criminals using suspected metal and sustained a painful left shoulder. The third occurrence happened between 29th December 2019 and 30th December 2019 at 8 hours in Chikola Loop in Chingola, in which Levson Chongwe's family sustained a deep cut on the forehead, and Ruth Kambole, 22, his wife, also sustained a deep cut on her forehead and was strangled to death and raped. What a sad story. Emanating from these incidents, one suspect was apprehended by the public, who confessed that he was involved in the killings, together with others whose names he mentioned. However, after investigations, the names mentioned were not connected to the occurrences. Further, the witch doctor was also named by concerned members of the public, but investigations revealed that he was not connected to the offense. The modus operandi in all these criminal acts was similar in that attackers targeted unfinished houses and never stole anything after attacking. Further, the point of entry and exit from houses were windows. Riots started after a struggle to bury a body of one of the victims, who was brutally killed, and 29 rioters were apprehended. Afterwards, on Wednesday, 8th January 2020, between 8 hours and 19 hours, Chingola district experienced a series of riots in Chiwembala, Mwaiseni, Lulamba, and Chikola townships. Consequently, the police apprehended a total of 158 suspects, among them 102 males and 21 females, for riotous behavior. These attacks where criminals could enter households and attack all members of households brought insecurity and fear in the members of the public, and this sparked riots. As already, suspects were charged with riotous behavior in Chingola. One other incident which sparked riots was a scenario where police officers from Russia went to Chiwembala, went to Chiwembala in Chingola to apprehend the suspect in a case of vandalism involving Zambia cables. This suspect was later identified as a worker for a prominent businessman in the area. Members of the public immediately linked the businessman to the deaths that were experienced in the area, and set his house and other properties on fire, and subsequently looted shops in the area. During this period, videos and audios which were inciting in nature flooded social media, thereby raising fear and panic among members of the public. For instance, there were videos depicting events such as instant mob justice and murder, which happened in other countries, but were purported to be incidents of ritual murders happening in Zambia, when in fact not. Then the trend of chemical spraying emerged and spread to other towns of the Copper Belt, where some incidences of public disorder were recorded and some public infrastructure, predominantly police infrastructure, among them Mabungo and Malaika police posts in Ransha, Bangwa in Kitwe, and Tenda police posts in Chingola were destroyed. The crime trend then shifted from attacks on households, where occupants were being hacked, to malicious administering of poisonous chemical substance with intent to cause harm, being referred to by the public, you, the media, as gassing or chemical spraying. This began from Chiwempala in Chingola district. The instances of chemical spraying later spread to northwestern province, where first reports were recorded in Nyama area and Lumwana East. This sparked riots in the Kisasa area of Kalombira district, where a power tools bus and a Nissan hard body had windows smashed and occupants attacked by a mob. As a result of this disturbance, 35 people were apprehended for riotous behavior. Due to this public disorder, Kakayindu police posts in Kalombira district and Kazambo police posts were guarded by mobs. However, police managed to quell all the instances of public disorder and have continued with investigations in the reports of alleged chemical spraying and malicious damage to public and private property. The same type of crime wave was experienced in Lusaka early February 2020, with reports received from Lusaka, Middle West. However, most of the initial reports were unverified, as there were no visible effects on victims or chemical traces on the scene. Nonetheless, on 13th February 2020, suspected cases of chemical spraying were recorded in Chawama, Kanyama, John Howard, Chaisa, and Matero townships, where effects were evident on the victims. In reaction to these reports, members of the public took the law in their own hands and began attacking any person who they suspected not to be a member of their community. In some instances, mobs went to police stations where they assumed suspects in chemical spraying were detained and demanded for their release so that they could be lynched. As a result of this, 4 police infrastructure were damaged, namely Chikwalu, Kanyama West, Mumba Road Police Post, and Kanyama Police Station, which is still under construction. Members of the public also blocked and damaged any motor vehicle spotted in their localities at night and assaulted their occupants. In most of such incidences, victims were rescued by officers on patrol, while in some instances, victims ran to safety. Subsequently, incidences of chemical spraying were experienced in other parts of the country, such as eastern, northern, central, and southern provinces, while Wakula, Muchinga, and western provinces had some reports which are still unverified. People killed in instant mob justice were a mere suspicion, especially in instances where a person involved may not be known in a particular community. In some instances, mental patients were victims of the instant mob justice. In Lusaka, most of the instances of mob justice were sparked off by illegal community security groupings on streets armed with an assortment of offensive weapons. The initiative by members of the public to equip themselves with whistles was with the aim of alerting other community members when attacked by criminals, which was a good initiative which worked well in Chingola. However, in Lusaka, the initiative was abused and led to innocent people being attacked by the public. Another trend emerged where members of the community began blocking some public roads and searching motor vehicles for suspected chemicals, which resulted in some motor vehicles being damaged. This conduct has instilled fear in the traveling public. One of this kind was the incident experienced in an area between Cafe Gorge Turnoff and Shamikobo village, in which 9 people were apprehended for riotous behavior and 2 were charged for being in possession of offensive weapons. Another incident was recorded in Chief Milambo of Milenge district, in which civilian officers from Zambia National Service were victims of such attacks after they encountered a mob that had blocked the road, armed with all sorts of weapons such as spears and axes. The mob further bent a motor vehicle, property of Zambia National Service. In addition to these ugly scenarios of mob justice, on 19 February 2020, police took a victim of mob justice from Mazakoka Hospital for medical attention after suffering injuries. The mob reorganized themselves the following day and descended on the suspect, who they pulled out of the hospital and further beat him up and later set the body ablaze. What a shame. A similar incident happened in Zambia, where a mob damaged our community police post after police detained the suspect, who was handed over to police by some community members for loitering around 21:30 hours. The mob injured police officers who were manning the police post and managed to drag a suspect from the detention facility and bent him. This was just a sample of some of the encounters that police have had with mobs, and it is disturbing to note that people can even go to an extent of going to a health facility where people with different ailments are being attended to drag a patient from hospital and later kill merely on suspicion. After analyzing the scenarios involving mob justice and the mode of operation, we went further in our the mobs to behave in that particular way. During investigations, it was established that there were groups of people formed and spread in various areas of the country, and that these groups were spearheading mob justice in communities. An operation was conducted on 20 February 2020 and apprehended 5 masterminds in this particular issue of mob justice, believed to have been influencing people in communities to kill and burn suspects. Among the suspects, 3 were picked from Kasisi area in Jongo, while 2 were picked in Osaka's Kayama compound and have been all charged with murder under Section 200 of the Penal Code. They are detained in custody and will appear in court soon. I'm warning all those that have not been arrested yet that their days are numbered and soon they will be behind bars. As a result of mob justice emanating from false alarm, a total number of 3 people have died across the country, while 23 were injured. I'll repeat this. As a result of mob justice emanating from false alarm, a total number of 43 people have died across the country, while 23 were injured. It's indeed regrettable. Statistics further indicate that 511 reports connected to chemical spraying of poisonous substances on households have so far been received, with 1,687 victims. 11 police infrastructure have been damaged countrywide as a result of public disorder. Some of our motor vehicles have as well been damaged. Also damaged is the Serenge administration block for the local authority and the council guest house. Some private properties, such as motor vehicles and guest houses, have not been spared. 16 suspects have been arrested in connection with the reports of spraying, of which some have begun appearing in court of law. Some of these 16 suspects were behind criminal activities experienced in Chingora district on the Copper Belt, as well as Northwestern Province. This points to some interconnection in the criminals behind the spate of crimes. An investigation team comprising various stakeholders has been constituted to conduct investigations, and great progress has been recorded. A conclusive outcome of the investigation will be available to the public once investigations are concluded. With these developments, we are confident that instances of mob justice we have witnessed lately will now be under control. I wish to inform the public that the security situation in some parts of the country where there was public disorder, such as Lusaka, Copper Belt, and Northwest provinces, has improved, in that the number of reports involving members of the public taking the law into their own hands have reduced. Also reduced are reports of chemical spraying in households. However, officers from defense and other security wings are on alert and still monitoring the situation. Suffice to mention that there are still security concerns in other parts of the country, such as Wafula, southern and western provinces, where incidences of public disorder are still being recorded. I therefore call upon members of the public to desist from these acts of mob justice, because anyone found wanting will be dealt with in accordance with the law. Allow me now to reiterate our warning to all those who are in the habit of abusing social media for hate speech and to cause hate speech and to alarm and cause fear in the country. We have warned before that days of such characters are numbered. In this regard, I wish to report that police in Chingola have arrested Mubanga Elizabeth Chirwa, the wife of a musician, and charged her for the offense of seditious publication with intent to cause fear and alarm. The suspect was traced to be behind the audio that went viral on social media, claiming that Mulonga Water and Storage Company on the Copper Belt was contaminated with chemicals, and called on people not to consume water from this utility. She was released on police bond and will appear in court soon. Another suspect, identified as Jimmy Wembia, age 23, was apprehended by the police in connection with the circulation of the video depicting murder that happened in another country, deceiving people that it happened in Chingola. Investigations pointed to this suspect, who later was picked up from Solwezi, and further investigations revealed that he was also behind one of the deaths recorded in Chingola and was on the run when the 4 other suspects were cornered. He has since been charged with murder, attempted murder, and rape. I want to conclude by assuring the country not to panic, because the situation is under control. All the security wings are together, working day and night to protect our communities. Further, let me seize this opportunity to thank all the patriotic Zambians who have been cooperating with us by giving us various leads which have led to this arrest so far. This should send a strong warning to those who still would want to engage themselves in criminal activities, that there is no hiding place for them. And those are using social media for hate speech, to insult and lie innocent people, and indeed to cause fear and alarm in the nation, I can only promise that we are coming for you. The arrest of Mubanga Elizabeth Chirwa and Jimmy Wembia is a clear demonstration that there is no hiding place in the cyberspace. We are on top of things. The Zambia Police Service and ZIGTA are working on all these cases, and many people will soon be brought to book. I wish also to warn the members of the public who are claiming to have information about happenings in the country to avoid going to the public, as this is also causing fear in people. but they should instead tender in their information to the police for appropriate action to be taken. We have made attempts by inviting some of them, but no one has come forth. I'm therefore, through you, the media, extending another invitation to people who would have information to come through and avail such information. I wish to inform you that we will continue providing updates every after 2 days to avoid speculation and misinformation. The way forward, security measures on prevailing security situation, including schools and other public institutions. We are enhancing capacity of the scenes of crime management by provision of necessary logistics for effective evidence collection. We are using our public relations office through robust sensitization programs to members of the public. Some of you colleagues have been assisting us with this, which we totally appreciate. We have also put up 2 investigative teams. One team which is focusing on analyzing gassing incidents, and the other which is focused on public order management of riotous incidences. We also have deployed officers on the ground to collect human intelligence in the crime-prone, densely populated areas. We have intensified foot and motorized patrols in densely populated townships and compounds with such criminal activities and where it's so prevalent. We have also enhanced cooperation between members of the public and Zambia Police Service. Collaboration has also been extended to local government authorities in the enforcement of the bylaws in order to control the movement of people and trading hours. With regard to the security situation on schools and other learning institutions, I'm urging school management authorities to create security committees as well as install security cameras so that we look out for people loitering within the vicinities. These are the measures we've put in place. I wish to conclude from here, but before I conclude, let me just add one item which has just come up. We have seen that there is a report in the Daily Mail headlined Masterminders arrested. As Zambia Police would like to clarify that the headline in today's Daily Mail, that the person who was arrested among 16 suspects as a funder, that our investigations have revealed that this person, through whom funds were channeled to pay those who were arrested, is not a masterminder. So he's part of those 16 who have been held. It's not a masterminder. So please quote it correctly. It's not a masterminder. Are we together? Yes. So this is the position of the Zambia Police Service, that this headline is misleading. The masterminder hasn't been nabbed. With that, I wish to conclude the briefing, but before we come to the question, I know you are itching to cut off the IG's head. I have the PS information with me here, who will have a chat with you, the members of the press. I thank you all.
Yeah, thank you, IG. I thank you for that extensive report. Mine is just a short intervention, just to appeal to you colleagues in the media during this period, just to appeal that we exercise a lot of caution as we go about the reporting, particularly on this subject. As you know, as the media, you are a very powerful tool to influence public opinion. And so you help to set the agenda. Every morning when we wake up, there are various discussions, and this has been a topical issue for the last few weeks. And the way we discuss, we can alarm the situation, or we can help to calm down the emotions in the country. You know that here to speak today, we have about 142 radio stations countrywide and 46 TV stations. So you can see that people's access to media or information has been very enhanced in the last few years, which is a good thing. But again, if we don't guard against some of the excesses, we may find that as the media, we could play a role in either worsening the situation, excuse me, or coming down. So my appeal to you colleagues is to see how you can exercise patriotism and set the tone for debate on this matter, so that we help to calm down the emotions, and we don't contribute to alarm the situations. As you have seen, in some cases, like the IG has reported, in some cases people have alarmed the situation that there's gassing, when actually there's not. Other people who are acting, they are acting based on what they are learning from either mainstream media or social media. So for me, my plea to you colleagues in the media is just to plead that during this period, and as you report on this subject, you exercise a lot of caution, so that you help to calm down the emotions, the names, and indeed to avoid inciting the situation, so that people now start getting involved in acts that border on criminality or instant mobs. So I thought I'd just make that appeal to you colleagues in the media. Thank you very much.
Thank you, the PS. I hope the media got the message clearly. Assist us to quell the situation in the country by avoiding inciting members of the public. Because the more you give out information which is causing fear in the people, this situation will continue. Please assist us to contain the situation by being sensitive and reporting correctly. Thank you.
In your statement, you have attributed to 43 people that have died and 3 injuries by mob justice due to false alarm. I just want to find out, Mr. IG, if the church is still conducting the overnight prayers. Are we encouraging to go ahead? Because maybe these criminals might take advantage to gas the night.
Gloria from Praise Television.
Ryan TV.
Yes, I want to find out, is it a crime for a citizen to hold on to information that you may need in your investigations to get to the mastermind? Because you've seen, we've had actually in the news recordings even where some citizens have come out in the public to say they have information leading to the mastermind or minders in the crimes in the country. You haven't heard so much from it as a police. You might get your position on that.
My name is Victoria from MTV, and I would like to find out at this stage that you have reached about the investigation, are you ready to
Thank you very much. I'll proceed to answer the three questions. I'll begin with the one from Pamela. Looking at the prevailing situation in the country now, this should not only go to church gatherings, just to all members of the public. Night or undertake movements when it's late, you will be to the church is to avoid this overnight gatherings as it is now until the situation returns to normal. Gloria from Prime TV, is it a crime? Yes, it can be a crime after the information is tested. But if it's just speculation, I think it cannot be taken seriously. That's why we're inviting these people to come to give the evidence. But after we find that the information that are withholding are beneficial to the investigations, then people will be charged with withholding information. So I'm urging people with information to come forward and give the information to the police. That will assist with the investigation. So if you have information, please come. Even now, we'll deal with it. Otherwise, we'll charge you once we discover that you have evidence which you are withholding. Diamond TV, type of the chemical. I hope you colleagues, members of the press, you are following these matters closely. Only yesterday, we had this matter before court. I believe you are aware that we had people who appeared in court. Those chemicals were spelled out in the indictment. So please follow with the courts in Chingola. You'll see what type of chemical we are talking about. Then the motive, we have discovered that is to instill fear in people. This is which is giving rise to this mob justice. You instill fear in people and they feel insecure. So as they intend to defend themselves, they are causing these deaths. So the motive is to instill fear and cause instability in the country. That's the motive of this gassing.
1, 2, 3.
Good morning,
At least
Andy.
one question from one each. So pick out the most important question. If you have two.
Good morning, Angie. I am Jimmy Kamasha from CBC Television. Looking at the list of victims that have been listed, the majority are women. So I'd like to find out why. What's the motive? The number of victims is more on the women's side, the female side. Gassing mainly. So I'd like to find out if, what's the motive.
The victims of gassing.
Yes, most gassing victims have been
When
attacked.
these people go to attack, they destroy chemical substance in their
Yes,
home.
it's
Most women are getting affected.
Yes.
But don't you think that's for it to explain?
I'm not sure.
That one is answered. We are subjecting the patients to the hospitals and medical examinations are being conducted. So we are certain once we receive these results from the medical authorities. Next question.
Yes, good morning, Kanganja. I'm Virginia from Movie TV. I don't know, in your speech you indicated that 42 people have died and 23 are injured as a cause of mob justice. I don't know, maybe you haven't indicated those that were shot by the police. And then also, I wanted to add about the Chingola man that was shot in the leg. The chemicals that were taken from him to the lab, has it been confirmed that those are the chemicals that are being used in
Since you have given me 3 questions, I'll answer before I forget. I'll start with the chemicals. I'll refer you back to that question. Follow the news. I believe you people in the media are on top of things as regards to news. That matter is the matter I'm referring to. The person appeared before court, so the chemicals are listed out in there. Okay, yes, I was trying to, yes, the chemicals have been examined and results are positive. What was the other question?
You have only indicated the ones that were killed by mob justice and not those that were shot by police.
The number of people shot by the police are included in the 43 people. I'm being guided that we have not compiled this, but I'll refer you to the law. If you go to section 78 of the Penal Code, I believe all of you have got books on law. As you report, you should look at the law, what it says. The police are protected by law that if upon expiration of reasonable time, after such a proclamation has been made, where 12 or more persons continue riotous assembly together, any person authorized or police officer may do all things necessary to disperse the persons so continuing with the assembly. So the police are empowered to use force in dealing with these riotous crowds. We've heard the police saying you cannot go with the. That's why we are issued with these firearms and we work within the confines of the law. So you can read further on section 78 of the Penal Code, but I couldn't go into details of how this is done. But a police officer shall not be held liable for any injury or death caused during such a process. So please take note of that. Is that clear? Read the Penal Code. Again, going further, section 24 of the Zambia Police Act gives guidelines on how firearms are used. So police use these firearms according to the mandate.
Thank you very much, sir. So read section 78.
78.
We know the reason why you want the numbers to say police have killed so many. We are mandated depending on the situation that is on the ground because we want public law and order to prevail, just as the inspector general has alluded to. So for the statistics, we may release later on because immediately when we say 2 people, 1 person, the stray bullet and the like, you, the same media, we end up now exaggerating the whole situation and look at the current situation on the ground. We would not want to have such an instance.
It will be police have killed 43 people. Now you will be alarming the situation.
So it's no more.
So please read the section 78, then you understand. Police are authorized.
I think after this we'll get to.
Let's go, we can be here the whole day. Try to interact. I know you'll be reaching. But I hope on this you go back and participate in the sensitization so that we are on the same page. Even the next time we meet, we'll give you an update. We want to inform public accordingly.
Mine is a concern and the question affects is about saying that students will not be
through you, please, since you know, go and tell them that this is not time for such activities. They have to suspend. You have seen in China, the coronavirus. They have suspended all lessons. So I think in this scenario, we also need to look at these issues from that angle. This is no time for that. You've seen Minister of Health, they've suspended the activities they were doing. So let them learn from what is happening.
Good morning, IG.
Good morning. Are you inviting me for tea?
Yeah, we could talk afterwards. It's a follow-up question on the people that have indicated that they have information about who the masterminds are, who the gassers are. You said you have invited them as police, but then they haven't come. What happens if they don't come? Can't police, sort of force them to come and give the information so that the people are caught?
As a peace-loving police service will keep engaging them. But once we find that it's out of speculation, they will be charged because they have caused the alarm already. So they should take note that their utterances has caused the alarm. They should come forth and assist the police to arrive at what is happening.
Will there be a duration?
No, what as quick as possible. Because we can't keep on hanging on to such information. No, we need to move and they must move fast.
IG, my name is Chris. I write for Reuters News. You've just explained to us what how this problem started and what you're doing about it. What else would you like to say to members of the public out there who are saying this is not doing enough to address this problem?
Thank you very much. That's a good one. No, without the police, you people would not have even been here. You would have not even managed to come to police headquarters. So I would urge all members of the public to have confidence in the police. Just like Salim was saying, what are we going to do? They have to be patriotic. Let them bring that information. That information will assist us instill stability in the country. So I will only urge members of the public to have confidence in the police. We are here as per mandate to maintain law and order. I tell you, if today we say, oh, we've taken up the uniforms, please, free for all. Oh, you leave this country. So people must not resort to fighting the police. Let them work hand in hand with the police. Because together we'll fight this crime. That's the message to the members of the public. Let's put our heads together and work.
Okay, 1, 2,
Good morning, IG. As you are asking the people to have confidence in you, we've seen the deployment of the Zambian officers on the ground. Are you in some way saying that this task is too complex for the police so that they need the army officers out there?
Not at all. I wish to tell you that this is not a sign of failure. I took this action to avoid further bloodshed. We needed to move in fast to contain the situation. It's not that police have failed, no. That's why there is the Defense Force Act. We work together in times as such. So it's not a sign of failure. We wanted to avert further bloodshed. It was being proactive than waiting for it to reach neck, then that's when we say, no. That's why I thought it wise that we nip in the bud before it gets out of hand. And the president gladly allowed us to work together. And you've seen the collaboration. It's fantastic.
Man, as photographing the cameramen have been influenced by special junior officers during the course of our work. Those are junior officers, they are aware that you have to work alongside with you. I've seen the senior officers being asked to us, but the junior ones, that's been tough. Again, there's the issue of these vehicles without number plates. And sometimes we have certain personalize the plate number plates.
To the colleagues, the media, we need to work together. But if you identify yourself, I don't think a reasonable officer will push you around. They will gladly work with you. As long as you are cooperative, and I don't think, unless they see that maybe your intentions are not in support of what is happening, you just want to be against what is happening. Yes, they will push you aside. Then on vehicles not being registered, there are laws here in Zambia which fall under the Road Traffic Act. There have been instances where vehicles have been impounded, and so I would urge people to follow the procedure to avoid being inconvenienced. Because what will happen will be that the vehicle will be for their safety. Because if your vehicle is not registered, it's stolen. How do you find it? Just around the corner, put there Kakoma 1, and you won't find it. So we urge people to follow the rules and regulations and the Road Traffic Act. Morning.
I wanted you to comment on the Wembe incidents, where former PS was also killed by some members of the public. Also wanted you to confirm or clarify as to whether those allegations that members of the public are making, say they found strangers and other harmful objects in the rooms where these people were sleeping are true. And also,
you are not going to give chance to others. So give it
also
to
as to
okay.
whether you've established the NGO of these people,
Yeah?
the non-government organization these people are said to have gone from.
Okay, two questions related to one. This the NGO and what we're doing there. This is a matter which is being investigated. But I will tell you one sad story about this incident. On that particular day, it was a rainy day here in Lusaka. Around 7:15 day about. At times I also drive on my own. I don't even inform. I go around just to see what is happening. I saw a call consistently on my phone. What could be this? Then I answered, oh, this is Akuyu. I'm being killed. Hear the noise behind there. Where are you? He said, no, I'm in Wembe. So they have already even bent my car. Now they want to go. I said, oh my God, what is this? Then I called the commissioner. Please, commissioner, people are being killed in Wembe. Send officers there. Yes. Sadly, 10 minutes after, I received a call that he has been killed. I feel hurt. And we're sure that this matter is thoroughly investigated. Those allegations, they are talking about what was found with him. The syringes, I know that Mr. Makuyu is, Hakuyu is diabetic. But we have subjected them to laboratory tests. But I know is the syringe was used for this diabetic situation. Otherwise, we are investigating that matter. I think now I'm tired. I'm becoming emotional now because of this question you have asked. I talked to that person minutes before he died. That's how sad. I could hear people breaking the room where he was. IG, I'm being killed here. Oh my God.
Next question. Yes, yourself.
I wish I had.
No, and that one. Those are the last questions.
Yes.
Millennium.
I don't know if it's just my observation, but I think in terms of the patrols by the police, they're a bit selective. Certain parts of Lusaka, I've hardly seen patrols from either the army or the police. I think it should spread across. Because for me, I for one, in my area, I've not seen any single chase. That's what works. As you chose to.
Millennium, I wish to assure you that Lusaka has been divided in zones. Everywhere, officers are around, working hand in hand with the army. Maybe the time they are around, even in the day, they are patrolling in all these areas. So I think you were saying, it does not. They are all over. Unless you want me to be a guard at your place, I will gladly do that. The other one?
Good morning, IG. My name is Yoshim from Phoenix. I'd like to get an update on the two named senior police officers on the cover. Yes.
Okay, I will clear the air on this. People are trying to connect the action we've taken against the officers to the gassing. That is not correct. The action we have taken against the officers is the omission. They failed to perform their duties according to what they're supposed to do. That's why they are being charged. It's not that they are part of the people gassing, no. That is the position. They should not connect these two matters. This other one is administrative. Why we are charging those officers? They failed to perform their duties. That's how serious we are looking at this matter. So people should not trivialize these cases. That's why our own officers are being punished.
Last question. Yes.
My name is Vincent from Monterey. What caused you at the humans of Zambia police by hiding the name of that enemy before it was revealed yesterday?
Well, in Parliament, the Vice President was telling you there are processes in all what we do. It's not just I stand up because I'm IG. You can no. I'm also guided by processes. If we had just gotten to, oh no, this is that. When the matter goes to court, they'll say you already exposed the. That's why the evidence will come out in court. Where now the experts will stand and give evidence to the effect that no, this I did this examination, this chemical and this chemical results true. You people did the chemistry, then you will be able to know. This best.
I think, colleagues, I think that is the point I was trying to make when I was saying let's be cautious the way we report. We can help to calm down the situation. When you start pushing in that line of the person, then people start now debating and start asking questions. What is it that the police are doing? Are they making it worse, or are they? So I think we also have to ensure that the police, we give them enough latitude. We don't want when they go to court, then they lose cases. And then you start saying, look, they did a bad job. So there are certain things that can be said before the matter goes in court, and certain things that cannot be said. So I think what is important is maybe regular interaction, and I think Madam Kato will be very open. We can try even have some off-the-record discussion so that we can just have a clear picture, and then we help because we are the ones who are talking to the public, and then the public will be acting or reacting depending on what we are saying as the media. That is why, as the media, I said, we are very powerful too, and we set the agenda for discussion. So let's be cautious that the way we act, report, we don't help in alarming the situation, because people are helpless now, and each time everyone is tuned to the radio, TV, trying to get the information. So the information they get will now inform them, and they will react according to the information that they have received.
Thank you very much, sir, for finding time to interact with the media. Sir, we are thankful that you found time to also be part of this media briefing. Colleagues, I think this has been the time that you have always been waiting for, and it has come to us. So, as the Public Relations Office, we'll continue giving you updates on the new developments. I think the Inspector General of Police gave even a background of how this whole thing started. He labored to do that because even when it was given in Parliament, so he labored to go back to that so that he gives you the background of this whole issue. So it's now up to you, as the PS has said, that you help us now in sensitizing members of the public or giving information based on what the Inspector General of Police has said. It is our role to ensure that we address this whole insecurity, and we shouldn't always be looking at breaking news to say how many have they killed, how many have they killed. I think with those that we had chat with on our blog there, I asked a question, I think Salim saw that, to say what role are we playing as the media? We just want to report how many people have been killed. Why are we not talking much on the people that are involved in the instant mob justice, so that we condemn that as the media, so that people will be able to know, to say that this is an issue which is not supposed to be as it is now. Thank you very much, sir, and I will request, sir, for your express permission for me from here to switch off my phone, so that I just have time to rest.
No, you need to continue. Engage these people. You need to continue. That's why you are there.
Okay, so we come to the end of this.
Thank you, colleagues.